Caroline. How's it going?
Good, thank you.
So, have you been to counselling before, Nicole?
No.
You haven't been ever?
No.
So you don't know what kind of goes on, what happens?
Not really. My parents just forced me to be here.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just go with you what happens in a session and what you need to know, and then we can start the initial session. So basically, every session we have together is confidential. Everything you disclose to me and discuss will be kept private and all to myself. However, if a duty of care situation occurs where you disclose to me that you will harm yourself or harm others, I do have a duty of care, and as a responsible counsellor, I have that responsibility to report it to an appropriate party. So just be aware of that. Also, feel free to talk, disclose anything that's on your mind, how you're feeling. Be as comfortable as you want. No judgment here, and we'll go through things that you might have issues with. And so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If not, we can sign the contract and begin.
Sure.
So you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just grab you to sign here. Just read it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, thank you. So now that's out of the way, we can begin. So what brings you here today?
Well, not really myself.
Mm-hmm.
More my parents. I really didn't want to actually be here today.
Okay.
I'd rather actually sit at home and do nothing like I've been doing most of the days anyway. They think I'm depressed. They think that I don't do anything with my life and I just drink away my sorrows. But if that's me, that's me.
Yeah.
They don't accept me for who I am.
Okay.
So
your parents have basically asked you to come here, and you just don't want to be here.
no, I'm doing it to shut them up.
Okay. So why do you think they think you have a problem? What's given them that reason?
Well, to myself, I really don't think that I have a problem, but I can see what they're telling me is that I have no friends. I sit at home doing nothing. I've taken up drinking.
Okay.
And yeah, ever since I got out of high school, I have no job, and my boyfriend just broke up with me. So I mean, to myself, yeah, fair enough. I'm sad, but I mean, why didn't you get a counsellor for it?
Okay,
I'm
so
fine.
It seems like you have a lot on your plate at the moment. A lot of big changes have happened. You've just finished school. You've just broken up with a boyfriend, so it's a bit overwhelming for you. Tell me about your friendship and your support network. Do you have any, friends you can talk to?
Well, I used to. I used to have a lot of them actually. I was pretty high on my clique, but I guess I found this boy that I really liked, and we were going strong, or what I thought anyway. But and to myself, I really didn't think I needed them. Because, I mean, some of them are really bad influences, and especially when my boyfriend would say to me that they're bad influences, I'll do anything to make him happy, so I kind of just closed myself from everybody else and just kind of stuck with my boyfriend and I mean, I thought that would last forever, but I guess not. So yeah, I wouldn't say I have anyone but my parents, but then again, they're always yapping in my ear, so I really don't want to listen to them. I just want to be by myself.
Okay, so you feel like you don't really have anyone that supports you and that has your back anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can tell me a little bit about your relationship and how that was. How were you and your boyfriend? Was it a kind of equal relationship? Were you independent in that relationship?
I wasn't independent. I wouldn't say that I was independent. I mean, I did think for myself, and I did stuff for myself, but he would always be in the back of my head thinking, like, if I did this, would this make him happy? Or if, I'd always just think of him first before me.
Okay.
So in a way, you would say that I am a bit dependent on him, because what he say would go, and I wouldn't kind of step out of that circle of his kind of interference with my life. I wouldn't let him not do that, and it'd make me happy, him, being so kind of what's the word, just involved with everything.
Yeah.
It made me feel that he really did care about me, and he really, really, really wanted me to be happy, but I guess not.
So looking back now that you're not in the relationship, do you see a difference where you kind of felt that you were doing everything for him to make him happy, and you were kind of neglecting yourself and your happiness?
I do see a difference,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't see the point now, because if anything, I'm completely less happy without him than what I would have been with him, even if he was controlling my life.
Mm-hmm. And so before you got with your boyfriend, how were you as a person? What was different? Were you more independent?
I would walk around my school with my head held high, thinking that, you know, nothing could break me. Nothing. You know, I was good with my schoolwork. I would write all the time, and I'd get good grades, and I'd be alive, if you could say. I'd be happy, and my friends were there. I'd have laughs. I never had enemies. I never, and I just felt so uplifted and so just happy to be myself. With my boyfriend, I felt the same thing, but not around my schooling. I would skip days, and I would, just to hang out with him, and I'd pretty much just put myself more around him than anything else. And
so your priorities changed?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. And so now you're not with your boyfriend any longer. What are you doing now for yourself?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm drinking.
Okay.
I'm crying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm overthinking a lot of things. I'm getting anxiety, and I think about suicide a lot.
Okay.
I do think of harming myself, not anybody else, but just myself, because I'm thinking, what's the point if I'm making everybody else upset around me? But other than that, I just think, especially him, like, I'd always think to myself, if I did leave this planet, would he regret what he did to me, or do you reckon he would care if I left, or would he even be at my funeral? I think of that stuff. I haven't acted on it though.
Okay, so just to stop you there, so you told me that you have suicidal thoughts. Have you ever acted on those thoughts or harmed yourself?
I'm scared to.
Okay.
I think about it, but then I think, I don't know, I'm scared, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot's going on for you, a lot of changes have happened, so it's kind of like you were one independent person and you got into a relationship and everything kind of shifted, and now it's just, you kind of don't know where to go now. Yeah. And now your parents have started to notice, and you've lost all your friends, so it is a very hard time for you at the moment. I understand that. And I'm proud for you to come in today and, discuss these things with you. It must be hard to open up to a complete stranger, so I thank you for that. I'd just like to go through your drinking. So you say you've been drinking quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that you might have a problem there, or is it just occasional drink?
I wouldn't say it's an occasional drink.
Mm-hmm.
When people go out clubbing and they get drunk and they just do whatever they want. That's the feeling that I get when I drink. I just feel like nothing can hurt me. I feel really, really just unbreakable and just powerful when I'm drinking, because I feel like
you have something there,
pretty much, yeah. And I get this feeling that I just don't. Whatever you say to me, whatever it is, I have a shield, and I would do that quite often. But to myself, it's not a problem because it makes me feel the way I do.
Okay.
But to everybody else, it makes them think, oh, hold on a second, she's got a drinking problem, but they don't feel the way I feel. They don't see what it does to me. So
you feel like no one understands.
No one understands. Who would understand?
Yeah. So yeah, it must be hard having your parents yapping in your ear about your drinking problem, but really, no one really knows your emotions and how deep you're feeling. How do you feel about going to a drug and alcohol, meeting, or, AA meetings, and to get your drinking under control? And because I feel you kind of depend on something. If it's either your friends in high school or your boyfriend or alcohol, you always have to be dependent on something. So if we can set goals for you to break that cycle and break that, habit, there might be a possibility that you might not feel the way you're feeling now. How do you feel about that?
Well, you're right in a way. Of course, if I went to meetings, people would be in the same position as I'm in, and I can kind of connect in that certain way. But obviously, who really wants to stop what's giving them a high? You know what I mean? Like, it's like when people take drugs and stuff like that. Fair enough. The drug didn't come to them. They went to the drug for a reason. You know, and I could try it out. Like this, I didn't think this was going to be like this, but it's kind of better than I thought because I'm actually speaking to someone about it. So if I think that if you think that this meetings could help, then maybe I should just give it a try.
What can you lose?
Exactly.
I'd like to ask you a question. If, let's say you had a magic wand and you could just wave it around and change something in your life, what would it be at this present moment?
To get away from everybody.
To get away from everybody?
Just be my own person, have my own life, no one telling me what to do, what I can't do, just pretty much just be successful, be myself, not needing a man, not needing my friends to lift me up. I want to be my own person now. I don't want to have to depend on popularity or money or love. I want to be my own success. I want to be my own best friend because everybody else just seems to disappear whenever I need them.
So you say to get away from everybody, but do you think that will be, because everybody needs a support network, everybody needs a social, somewhere to go and someone to talk to. Do you think setting goals for yourself, for your inner self, and to improve on, your independence, getting a job, maybe going back to school, will help you build that confidence to be more independent, not to rely on, alcohol or a boyfriend, let's say?
Yeah, you're right, but I don't want to make new friends. I don't want to have that same feeling of do I fit in or don't I fit in. I kind of want to go to school, for myself though. I want to get a job for myself. I don't want to sit there and have the social part of it. I want to do my own thing and kind of be a snob for the rest of my life because I want to be happy in the long run. I want to have, if I do find a man that is completely and utterly in love with me and I'm in love with him too and we have an equal relationship, I want this to be a set goal for myself where I can buy my own house if I don't have him. I can have my own children if I don't have him. I can do stuff for myself and in a way I want to prove my parents wrong that I don't sit there and I don't care about myself in a way that I just want to let everything go. Like, I do, but I care as much I just wish I could just click my fingers and it would happen. I wish I could show them, teach them that I'm not the person you really think that I am. I'm stronger than that. But I just can't right now because I need my grieving process. It's like he died. It's like he went. He just left me.
Okay.
So, in a way, I'm angry. I'm just angry at everything.
So, it must be hard because when you have someone there one day and then they're gone the next, it's a big change and it's that adapting to a new life, a new lifestyle. It's like waking up in the morning and not having them there, not having them to talk to. So it must be very hard, and it is very hard for change. Not everyone is going to, deal with change easily. Everyone deals with it differently. But as you say, click with the fingers, I don't think anything can happen that way. I think it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And I feel your main priority would be to gain independence and, show your parents that you are growing up and you can take care of yourself and you don't need to depend on your parents, on friends, on anyone except for yourself. Yeah. So how do you feel if we set some goals where you could find a job that you might enjoy, look at courses that you might find that interest you, and we can go from there?
That sounds great.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
And gradually, it's going to take time, but gradually what will happen if we work together and set goals and achieve those realistic goals, then we can, take little steps, baby steps, and get to your goal. And you never know, maybe you might gain that independence and stop your drinking and live the life that you've always wanted. So how does that sound?
Sounds really
Sounds good.
Actually, something to look forward to at least.
Yeah, that's great. So once again, I thank you for coming in today and for sharing your story. It is a very hard time for you. I do understand that, and it will take time to heal and for that hurt and pain to go away. But with sessions going, look, we can have sessions if you're willing to come again, and we can work on things and set goals maybe next week and go from there. How does that sound?
Sounds perfect. Thank you so
much. Great. It's okay. So once again, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
I hope that you have a great week, and I'll see you next week.
No worries. Thank
See
you.
ya.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
very much.